Can't tell that. I'm just going to go through some of these messages. Oh, I can see a few people are here. How's it going? I accidentally scheduled this at midnight. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I adjusted it. But yeah, I appreciate the time that I accidentally scheduled it for was probably better for a lot of people. So yeah, I apologise for that. Can you all hear me okay, by the way? Because I've got my Rode mic, which I've managed to connect for my phone, so hopefully it will, this car's going past, hopefully it will like not really pick up the sound of the traffic that much. I hope the sound is a lot better quality than my past live streams. I think it's 2 a.m. for Axel, 4 a.m. for Louis. Oh no. It is very rainy. Yeah, you guys, you should just change your clocks. Make it so that it's 9 a.m. for you as well. That's a great idea. Thank you, John. Yeah. Hey, Kathy. How's it going? Can anyone confirm that the sound is good? I'll show you where we're about to go. It's this horrible building. I can see it in the distance. I'll show you. Over here. Can you see that? I'm zooming in. So we just have to cross the roads and make our way over there. I wanted to start though before I got there, just so I've got people with me, because yeah, I'm all on my own today, so it's kind of lonely, but you guys make it a little bit less lonely. I haven't had confirmation if the sound's any good, by the way, so I'd appreciate if someone could let me know. And vegan for life, yes, Kathy. Right, I have to walk on this road and there's no footpath. Cars come by here pretty quickly, but yeah, I feel kind of, well, they can see me. Look, come on, don't run me over. Morning, Rolando. Yeah, yeah, I feel kind of sick, to be honest. I don't like coming to these places. I really don't. But I mean, it's got to be done. People have got to see the horrors and see what they're paying for, and someone's got to expose it. So there's lots of people out today. It's Project Livestream number maybe 9, but unfortunately all the vegans live in different places all across the world, so everyone's doing their bit in their area. I'm doing my bit, fairly localish to me. You was on Amelia Lemon's stream. I'm not familiar with this person, Amelia Lemon. Is she vegan? Is she a vegan activist? Sorry if I'm so ignorant and she's really popular. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Amelia Lemon. 2 people know Amelia Lemon. Hi, Mike. We are just walking down. Obviously, I don't want to park right outside there. So, we've got all the close-up shots of my face for a minute or so until we get there. And then I promise I'll make it stable and we won't have all this movement. God, it's annoying carrying a tripod. I never hear of her. She's at a cow slaughterhouse. Whereabouts? Yeah, she might be doing Project Livestream. I'm going to, I'll tell you, I'm going to a lamb and sheep slaughterhouse. They sell lamb and mutton on their website, possibly also goats. And I'm not sure if it's halal or not. Somebody told me it was. They said when they were here before, they heard prayers being played over the big speakers. But there's nothing to mention about it being halal on their website, so who knows? I mean, surely you'd mention that if it was a part of your business. But yeah, we'll see if we can hear the sound of any prayers being played. I was saying yesterday, there's something so sadistic about that, about playing prayers over a speaker. Like, imagine if you were like kidnapped and taken somewhere and everyone was chanting these strange sounds and you didn't even know what they were, and they had these big sharp weapons. It sounds very sadistic, like a sadistic kind of ritual. But right, I'll show you where we are now. Here, this is the place. So we're gonna walk just down here, and I think that will be the entrance. The animals, no, they don't need or care about prayers. No, they just want to be left alone. Good morning, Ben. How you doing? If you've just arrived, I'm just heading down to this slaughterhouse. They slaughter sheep and little lambs. Oh, look, there's a gate here, but it says private property. Oh, I can actually see a slaughter truck over here. See there? Says private property, do not enter, but there's a public footpath here. This is a public footpath, so I may walk around here and see what it is I can see. And yeah, because why not? Well, be careful. Yeah, I mean, this is public, so no one should be able to do anything to me here, but you know, I do feel kind of vulnerable, like being on my own and stuff, especially recording, because we've all seen how angry these people can get. Hey, Marissa. You know what? I've actually driven past here before, and I've like, whenever I drive past somewhere that's like, I think something dodgy is going on, I'm always like trying to see. I'm really curious. But yeah, this is the place. I'm on the public footpath, and I'm just walking around to see where this leads to. See if we can see anything. I can see a big truck. It says it's a family-run business, but this is a big truck here. It's a big truck. So maybe they have a mix of like the multi-level trucks and then also smaller family-run places. Who knows? Who knows? I'm still on public footpath. Make sure not to. Okay, so I think I'm coming to the end of it now. So it seems like this public footpath, always good to get your bearings, comes to here, and then this is a private road down here. So the question is, do the animals come through this road, or do they come to the other entrance, which I'm just going to walk to now? Maybe that's another entrance to another place. I don't know. We'll find out. How's everyone doing this morning? I will keep my tripod still in a bit, guys. But we're just on the move at the moment. Taking you with me, because if I don't have you with me, I'm all on my own. I get lonely sometimes. So Yeah, I've not even checked in on anyone else's live streams this morning either. I hope it's going well for everyone. Hopefully other people have got other people with them. It's never nice going to these places on your own. I've never done it before, but I've always had people who have been able to come with me. Yeah, you keep me company, Kathy. I like that. I like that. I don't feel so lonely and vulnerable. Right. We're going back to the other entrance, which may be the main entrance. Back onto the road. I think this is the main entrance because it said like a farm entrance the other side, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh my god! This is a motorbike driving by, but there's this like masked figure on it, and I was like, shit! If they sent someone out to fucking, I don't know what people are capable of. Why was he wearing a mask? We're nearly there. It's not a nice day today. It's horrible. It was so beautiful yesterday. Even, yeah, keep me company all the way from Connecticut. What's all this then? Are you up to no good? No, quite the opposite. I'm the one who's up to good. These are the people who are up to no good. Yeah. I'm at this slaughterhouse and they kill little sheep and little baby lambs. I'm assuming this is where they bring the animals through to, because it kind of seems like the truck that we saw earlier is faced as if it's driven in this way. Somebody said last time that they sent security out when they were here. Show you, look, there they are in their little, oh my god, I can hear the sounds of sheep. Shit. I just heard someone like a sheep. Fuck. I think this is where they're killing them. Damn, it's such a shame. I cannot see through this. Because look, you can see the lights inside. What is that? What did he say? He just said something. I did not hear. I think he asked me to stop filming, but he can get fucked if he thinks that I'm stopping filming. I know my rights. I can't believe I can literally hear the sheep through this building. I heard their little noises. Right, and now this is a car park. So nothing up there. That's the end of it. So I think what we'll do is we'll go stand outside this entrance, because I'm pretty sure if any trucks come, that's where they'll be coming in from. Look how much security, guys. Look at this high fence. How much security. They really don't want people seeing here, right? And the signs, do not enter. You must not see what goes on behind these. Oh my god. I'm going to be quiet for a minute to see if you guys can hear this. There's a lot of noises. Inside I can hear like machinery, and I can hear sheep like proper crying out. It's really sad. Really sad. Can you guys hear this? So sad. Right, they're doing like the desperate, like crying. Oh, you are joking, aren't you? What? No, I'm not joking. What's a joke? Guys, can you hear? They're really crying. They are really crying inside here. Really crying out loud. I don't know if you can pick it up on my mic though. Let me put it closer. And it's not like the typical like happy like bar noise that you typically hear from a sheep. It's like desperate, like from their chest. Yeah, security aren't happy. I think he might come and talk to me. Shit, so bad, so bad. Fuck. Yeah, it's crazy because they're literally just on the inside of this wall. Did you hear that? It's like screaming noises. Those poor innocent babies. They must have came off that truck that we saw. When I got here, it was empty, so they must have literally just been unloaded, and now they're being murdered. And these sheeps, they'll be able to see what's going on to the others in front of them. They'll be able to smell the blood, even if they can't see, even if there's a barrier. Smell the pheromones. You know, these animals, they're prey animals, and they're not stupid. They are literally programmed to sense when danger is around so that they can flee and escape. Like, yeah. People say, oh, yeah, but even if it is halal, they say, oh, yeah, but they don't show them the knife. They don't see anything that goes on. Are you joking? They can smell blood. Even if you clean up, they can smell remnants of it. Like the pheromones from the other sheep, they communicate with each other. They can hear the sounds of distress with the other sheep. Like, literally, people who say that are just so uneducated and maybe kind of delusional. They want to believe this certain narrative that they spin. But yeah, it's it's so horrifying, disgusting what we do to these babies. Oh shit, I've been missing comments. No joke, you heard them. Wow. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, security are gonna come. I'm not being funny, but I'm on my own. You've been inside their bunkers. What does that mean? I've travelled the world as an air conditioning engineer. Okay. You're insignificant to the elite. Yeah, sure. Oh, for fuck's sake. If someone comes, I'm turning my camera around on them. Morning, Emma. You can hear them. Damn. Frantically scream and shout up at the gate. They're not going to stop what they're doing. Oh, my days. Oh, look at this. They're looking at me through the gates. I think they're going to come out. just going to keep it this way so you guys can see, for my safety, obviously, because these people can be violent. Tell security you work for Andy Paisler. Who the fuck is Andy Paisler? They're all like, what the fuck? They're all like looking like, what's going on? If they come out, I'm turning the camera around though. Because I'm vulnerable. I'm on my own. Look, I need you guys for protection. Don't leave me. If you tell them you are Tony Tucker. Yeah, okay. Listen to that. Disgusting, horrific, horrible. Poor babies. Poor little babies. Still crying. Still. You know what? I think the reason that they're like peeking through the gates and stuff is because they obviously want to. They obviously want me to say something to them so they can start a conversation. They don't want to start a conversation. You have to sort this out. Liberty, are you vegan? Because, you know, the reason that these places exist is because people create a demand, right? So you buy lamb, you buy mutton, you buy any product that comes at the expense of animals, they're exploited and they're sent to places like this, right? Really, some of these sheep sound so desperate. Oh, you've been vegan for 4 years. Wow. Sweet. Nice. Did you just like land on my live stream by coincidence, or are you aware of Project Livestream? I'm really surprised nobody's came to talk to me yet. When they were like peering out, I mean, I deal with confrontational issues all the time because, you know, I do street activism. So a bit of confrontation doesn't really faze me. But when they were peering out, I was like, oh fuck, here we go. Ugh, here we fucking go. I think it's because usually when there's like a confrontational issue, I have an army behind me to back me up and defend me. But now I do feel kind of vulnerable being all on my own. But I guess the sheep, they feel a lot more vulnerable. I'm not the victim here, they are. You were Googling how to stop meat products and plastic packaging and you're looking for a vegan partner. And then you ended up on YouTube on a slaughterhouse vigil thing. Oh, I really wish I could see inside there. I really do. Right, I'm going to be here for the next few hours, so yeah, we'll see if we get any more trucks come in. I mean, that's the main thing that I want to capture is trucks come in. You know what? I think the reason that nobody's approached me is because they can see that I'm on my phone and that I'm talking on my phone. Maybe I don't know if they know that I'm streaming, but they know that I'm filming, so they probably don't want to be on camera. I think if I didn't have a camera and I was just here, maybe I was like filming with the phone away from me, maybe they'd say something. But Bluetooth speaker with what? Oh, to like with a microphone or something to shout things. Yeah, it's not that kind of protest. So, I mean, if I had like an army of people, we had placards, yeah, maybe some microphones, and we could make a bit of a racket and stuff, but I don't think anyone's going to feel very threatened with just one single lone female here with a microphone. And to be honest, I don't really like the idea of distressing the animals. Like, I've had it before when there were trucks going in and I started shouting profanities at the driver from these like small farms, like shame on you bringing these animals here, and they trusted you, blah blah blah. But obviously shouting it with emotion and stuff. And then I feel bad for the animals in the trucks because they're already terrified, and they're pulling up to this strange place, and then they can hear these shouting, and yeah, I don't like it. I like to save that for when they're exiting the building. So I'd protect you. Yeah, I need a bodyguard. I can still hear the sounds. Can't believe my microphone managed to pick some of them up. It's good that I managed to get this sorted. Last time I remember I was doing a vigil and my sound quality was just awful. I didn't have very many people on the live, and my theory was like, maybe the sound is just so bad quality that YouTube just isn't pushing it out. So yeah, but I don't know. It's still pretty quiet now. I've only got like 19 people here, and I think that when it's Project Livestream, yeah, it's kind of difficult because loads of vegans are live at the same time, and who do you pick? Like, if you're a vegan, you want to support like vegan activists, who do you choose? Like, maybe you're on like Mel and Steve's channel, or you're on like there's so many different activists who are live at the same time. So only 18 people, and it does make me wonder if it's worth it, or if I should just do this type of thing on my own days rather than on like the same day as everyone else, if that makes sense. I don't know. We have a car going into the, oh no, what's he doing? The car is pulled up in front of me. I choose you, the most beautiful person on earth. Wow. I mean, I think there's probably more beautiful people than me. Why is this car just like sitting in front of me? Control me, tell me what you desire most. Okay. I desire to end the animal holocaust, and I also desire to become a full-time activist for the animals in order to end the animal holocaust. So yeah, I probably need like a full-time wage if that's possible. Hoping to visit a farm sanctuary in May. Nice. I love farm sanctuaries. That car just parked up literally in front of me, sat there staring at me for a minute, and then driven off. And now he's gone into the car park for that place. He's probably a worker. What a weirdo. Maybe you can help neglected animals and things like that. Yeah, I do. I do work with animals, rescued animals, and I help them. But I wanna help animals not get put into this situation in the first place. Hit the like on other stream. I hit the like on other streams. Kathy, you're awesome. Thank you for supporting everybody. Yeah, Martin, that is excellent. Algorithm sent me here. I don't know what the protest is about. This is about the largest and longest ongoing Holocaust, biggest injustice in history, and it's the exploitation of non-human animals. So I'm currently outside a slaughterhouse where they're murdering sheeps and lambs. Oh look, here's that car again. I'm just showing people the reality of what happens in these places, because guys, that's the thing, they don't want you to see what goes on behind these walls. Look at all this security, right? No trespassing, no trespassers allowed. Like, trespassers will be prosecuted. They've got all this, they've got security, right? They've got all of this CCTV, they've got all of these high fences. They don't want people to see what goes on in here because they want to keep taking your money. And they spill you these stories like humane, organic, grass-fed. Oh, it's normal, it's natural. We need to consume this to be healthy. We fucking don't. They just want to take your money, and they want to keep doing it at the expense of these innocent beings, right? Who they're exploiting and they're murdering. This is not necessary. This is not normal. We do not need to do this. They want to keep deceiving you so they can keep taking your money and making bank off you. And if you like, because they know that most people like animals, they know that most people love animals. Most people have a heart, and most people wouldn't be able to see this and look at this and do this themselves. They know this. But they're mugging you off, and at the expense of these innocent creatures. Yeah, this has to end. This has to end. And this, I've been here for what, half an hour. These poor sheep, I can still hear them like crying out. They've had to wait for half an hour, listening to the sounds of the other sheep before them, listening to them crying, panicking, knowing what's going to come to them because they can smell the blood. They're prey animals. Unless another truckers came, which I haven't seen. I know that trucks come through this gate, right? But security have noticed that I'm here, so it could be possible that they might be sending trucks around the back because they know I'm here and they know that I'm filming. They've seen me. So I might go and have a little look, see if I can see any other trucks or anything. I think they've also put up another wall. Wow, how fucking secretive and sneaky. Ha! They've put up a barrier that was not there before. I'm talking about this here. Right. When I hear their cries, it just breaks my heart, because my instinct is telling me to like protect them. Like, these babies need help, and I can't do anything for them. I can't do anything. But that's what my instincts is telling me. Willow, I am at a sheep and lamb slaughterhouse. They sell lamb and mutton. It's a family-run business. It's in the UK, in the Midlands. And yeah, I'm here to highlight what's happening. I can hear someone on the other side of the gate. What'll never happen, KWR. People are like poking their heads around the fence, but no one's came to talk to me. This is not a vegan dating channel. We're standing up for animals. Tell them you know Tony Tucker if they come close to you. Okay. It's unbelievable. Yeah, if it's so humane, why not glass walls? Exactly, Rolando. Show everybody. Why not have like CCTV? Why not live stream what you're doing? You know, show everybody how humane it is. Yeah, all slaughter is horrible and horrendous, not just halal. Every slaughter video I've seen is disgusting, horrendous, horrific. People are doing horrible things to other humans. What do you think they will do to animals? Yeah, exactly. You know, if people can do horrific stuff to humans, they the animals fare even worse. You know, they don't even have any, well, they do have some laws, but they don't protect them from exploitation. They don't protect them from murder. It's a joke. Yeah, they are. All animals, I mean, even if they're not cute, they're still individuals who value their lives. You know, they don't deserve this. Even if they were born with like a deformed face and they look like kind of scary, they still matter. Yeah, we cannot give up on the animals, Kathy. I think somebody's trying to eavesdrop into what I'm saying on the other side of the fence. Hey Ian, how's it going? No, it's not a dating channel. Come on, we're here to speak out for animals. Keep safe, keep doing what you're doing, Jem. Thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Youngblood. Get a job. Kat, I actually have a job, but this is also my job. You think people shouldn't have jobs that speak out for others? That's weird. So you think people shouldn't have jobs like advocating for the disabled, like helping people with issues who have like who are suffering from depression or things like that? Or is it just other animals that we shouldn't help? Yeah, thank you, Ian. I'm good. A little bit cold, bit lonely, but I've got you guys, so Cat is just a hardcore communist. Yeah. Cat, I invite you to come here and join me. We can listen to the sounds of the lambs crying out together. Do you pay for this? Do you demand this? Do you put them in this situation? Activism is a very meaningful job. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't get a wage from the government, or, we have to all support each other. But yeah, it's a job. Anytime, Jem. Yeah, that Ian, it was such a beautiful day yesterday, and now it's like God, miserable again. I thought, yay, spring is here. Time to get the shorts out. Like, no. Kat, you do realise there's a little thing you can do where you swipe on past. If it's that boring, then just go. Yeah. You're the one who's hanging around here, okay? Oh, right, I might go. Yeah, party bus and pull up at the location. I'd love that if loads of vegans came and can we possibly see your hair without the why? I mean, my hair's tied up at the moment. But no, not really. I don't really want to take my hat off. It's cold. Right, I'm just gonna go and see if there's like any other trucks. If there've been trucks in. Right, there is a truck. But that's the same one as earlier, so I don't think they have been letting anyone around the back. Maybe it's just slow. I don't know. They are a family-run business, supposedly. So I might wait here for a bit longer because knowing my luck, if I leave, a truck will come here. Cats in a live stream you don't like and complaining about is the most jobless thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Ian. Thank you for being here. Hello, Count Doom East. Count Doom East. Shout wanker at them through the front gates. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm on my own, so I feel kind of alright. Why do they keep poking their head around, like looking at me? They're so funny. I think I'm just gonna stay here, be a bit mysterious. I don't know. They're kind of, even though I'm just one person, the fact that they're all like peering round and trying to like listen in without approaching me just shows that they're like, they don't like people being here, guys. They don't like it. They were like, what's going on? Why is someone here? Why are they filming? We don't want them to see. I just kind of hope that the sheep who were here, I mean, they probably won't, but I was going to say I hope that they can like kind of feel my presence and know that there's someone here fighting for them. I doubt that they do because they didn't see me. Maybe if we made eye contact or something, but yeah. Kudos for being there for the animals. We have 6 sheep. They are so gentle. Yeah. I work with sheep and they are beautiful creatures. It's getting a bit cold. It's because I'm standing around like a jobless person. I love you and what you are doing. I'm a vegetarian. Oh, come on. It started off so well. LA woman. When are you going vegan? Look, I love you too, but I'd love you even more if you were vegan. Do you understand what happens to dairy cows for their milk, their cheese, the chicks in the egg industry, the wool industry, animals being exploited for entertainment, for testing? Thank you, Jen, for what you're doing. Thank you for being here. I don't think, yeah, honestly, if I was on my own and I didn't have you guys keeping me company, I'd, I think I'd, yeah, it would make my day a lot more miserable. We are witnessing you. Yes. Oh, my hands are getting so cold. Gotta do some star jumps. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, can I visit there? I'm in the UK, in the Midlands. I mean, unless anyone can get here within the next like couple of hours, I'm not going to be here all day. I'm waiting for the vegetarian to respond because, come on, we need more vegans. We need more vegans in the world. Like, I know the thing is with vegetarians, like, it's coming from a very like noble place of good intentions, right? And people go vegetarian because it's like it's the normal thing to think, you know, like animals. I don't want animals to be slaughtered for me, so therefore I'm going to go vegetarian. You think you're doing something good. In reality, the reality is that you're probably, your actions aren't any better than a non-vegan, any other non-vegan. You're responsible for the exploitation of around about the same amount of animals. I mean, possibly more. Like, if you have, let's say you have corn mince, which has got eggs in, instead of beef mince or vegan mince, there's probably more chicks that have been killed for that mince with eggs than the cow for the beef mince. So you think you're doing something good, but actually you're not. So I don't mean to sound harsh because I know your intentions are probably noble, and a lot of people, they don't know about what goes on in the egg industry, the dairy industry, you know, all these other exploitative industries. But I would just urge you to look into that and see. I'm in the Midlands now. Whereabouts? Can I ask what you're doing? Yeah, I'm standing outside of a slaughterhouse, kind of in the middle of nowhere, this country lane. It's a lamb and sheep slaughterhouse, and I'm here to show people the reality of what goes on. We haven't really been able to see much so far. We've seen an empty truck, which I presume got here before we arrived. But we've been able to hear the sounds of the sheep inside crying out, and they still are. I can still hear them. It was a big truck, so there were lots of sheep on there. But yeah, I can still hear them. I'm gonna see if there's any more trucks that show up. We can't really see much. I walked around the perimeter because, yeah, look at this, guys. The security, the CCTV, like the signs, no trespassing, trespassers will be prosecuted. It's so freaking secretive. Like, if so humane, why so secretive? Why can't we come in? Why can't we see what's going on? Because they want to keep deceiving you, and they want to keep taking your money, and they want to keep getting people to pay for this horror that they would never ever support. That they would never, if they had to see it, if they had to do it themselves, they would never pay for this. They hide it because they want to keep taking your money. You pay them to exploit these innocent individuals, and they pocket your money, and they're laughing at you. They're making your money at the expense of the animals that you care about. Right? We can't keep letting them get away with this. The animals need you guys. They need you to be on the right side of history and to stand up and do the right thing. Is veganism your whole identity? No, not my whole identity. I do have other hobbies, but I'd say it's a. You said veganism. I'd say it's a big part of my identity because what happens to animals. I'm really, really passionate about it, so it's a big part of it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. My person is what my diet is. Yeah, see, that's where. So veganism is not a diet. It's a. Yeah, Ben, you've already said. Yeah, it's an ethical stance against the exploitation of other animals. So we care about animal rights. This is an injustice. What's happening? This is a social justice movement. Not a diet, but it is. No, it's not. You're telling a vegan what veganism is when you're not even a vegan yourself. That's so laughable. You know, when people who are not vegan try and tell me or try and tell other people what veganism is. Yeah. I was a pescatarian for a couple of years before switching to being vegan 6 years ago. I thought I was helping the animals, but really I was making a minimal difference. Yeah, the mission. I mean, especially like I love the honesty. I really fucking do. And I think that there is no shame in saying I'm immoral. I was immoral. Or, I was doing something that I thought was moral, but I was wrong. For some reason, people have this like attitude that, they can't admit they're wrong. And, they don't want to, they don't want to admit it and swallow their pride and hold their hands up and say, right, I'm going to change this, do this differently because I did this thing that was wrong. People don't like apologizing. They think it's like a flaw. It's really not. It's a strength to be able to say, like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said this like that. I do it all the time. It's called like reflecting on your actions and then making changes to be a better person, to better yourself. And if you don't do that, how are you ever going to grow? How are you ever going to become a better person? Like, yeah, there's no shame in that. And, the fact you say that, you was a vegetarian, you realised you was making no difference, you changed, that is strength of character. We all need to be like that, because there's so many people who dig their heels in the ground and say, oh no, I can't admit that I've been doing something immoral because that's bad for my ego. It will hurt my poor little ego. Like, come on. Like, be brave. Have some strength to say I was wrong and be better. Thank you, Ben, for moderating. Appreciate it. I'm not seeing what's going on in the comments, but it's a lovely day out, Fuzzy. Lovely, beautiful day. I mean, I hope we're gonna see some more. Well, I say I hope we're gonna see some more trucks. I kind of hope we don't see any trucks, to be honest. We don't want these poor little lambs going in here, but yeah. If we don't, then it'll just be me talking for the next couple of hours. So I believe the only sustainable way to eat, help, and I don't care about what's sustainable or not, I'm sorry. I care about the rights of animals. If the most sustainable thing to do would be to go around killing humans. We're the most destructive and overpopulated species. So yeah, I don't care if it's sustainable to hunt other animals. Like, it's not humane. So I'm just scrolling through the comments. It's very nasty what's done to animals, Kathy. The thing is, like, these animals that we exploit, they're the most vulnerable and defenseless creatures on planet Earth. You know, we took the most gentle animals and we domesticated them because they're so easy to control, they're so easy to bully. And these animals, they're babies, like literal babies. We manipulate, we control, we bully these innocent little babies who are so vulnerable, who are at our mercy. And then we have the stupidity to think that it makes us all big and strong because we pick on these innocent little babies. Like, no. Like, the real strength, the real heroes are the ones who protect and defend those who are weaker than us, those who are defenseless, those who are vulnerable. We stand up for them. We don't exploit them. We don't kick them to the ground. Like, if there's a bully in a school playground and they're picking on someone who's smaller than them, we tell them to pick on someone their own size. But with us, no, we pick on these most vulnerable, childlike creatures. I'm going to leave now since I'm not wanted. I don't know why you're not wanted. I don't know what's gone on in the chat, but I don't know. Maybe your comments are going off track. You resemble a crackhead who hasn't eaten in 12 months. That's a bit of a weird observation. Yeah, I agree. Cloud. I'm generally trying to find out what will happen to the sheep and goats. Yeah, Rohan. So they're gonna be taken to a place like this, which is a literal hellhole. We've been hearing the sounds of the animals screaming on the inside, and they're gonna be decapitated. If it's halal, they'll have a knife straight into their throat, and they'll be terrified the whole time because they'll be able to smell and hear the other animals, smell the blood, hear the screams, smell the pheromones. These are prey animals, so every part of their body is telling them, run, I'm in danger, I smell blood. And they can't escape, they can't go anywhere because we don't let them. We control every aspect of their life and they can't leave these places. If it's not halal, they'll probably be electrically stunned So they'll have like some tongues with electricity go around their head. That kind of stuns them, and then they'll be decapitated then. So they still, I mean, there's a theory that if you stun them, like they're not supposed to be able to feel it, but obviously they feel the electricity. I think I've also heard when their throats cut, they kind of, it jolts them back awake because their survival instinct is like kicking in. It's horrific. It's horrific. You can watch this. I need to thank somebody. Wow, I've had yeah, come on, this is not a dating site. We're here for the animals. I don't know what's going on, but here's for putting up with the weirdos in the comments. Wow. But of course, I'm going to buy a vegan coffee. Wow, thank you so much, Scott Apocalypse. You are awesome. Really appreciate that. Yeah, W. Scott. Amazing. I hope you did not leave before I said thank you, because I really appreciate that. What should happen to them? Rohan, they should be allowed to live out the rest of their lives, free from harm, without any expectations from humans. We shouldn't expect something from them in return for anything, because we're the reason that they exist. Let's just leave them to it. Let's just do what's in their best interest, right? That's, if they need looking after, if they need shearing for their own health because their hair's getting long, let's do it, but let's not take from them, right? We don't need to expect things from them, to take from them, because their body belongs to them, just like our bodies belong to us, right? It's like, you know, if you're a child and your hair's getting longer, your nails getting long, then your parents will, you know, cut them. They'll take care of you, right? But they don't expect this from you. They don't exploit you for it. They don't sell what comes off your body. Well, some parents do, but that's a different story. Human life matter. Yeah. Credential commentary. Human life does matter. And why do human lives matter? Is it because we're sentient? Do you know who's also sentient? Other animals too. We can care about humans and we can care about other sentient beings also, right? We have wars and we have kids being blown up. Yeah, and that's bad. Are you responsible for that? I doubt that you are. But if you're not vegan, then you are responsible for this. And unlike what's happening to the kids in the wars, you can actually do something about this. Right? You have the power to do something about this. And you can still care about the kids in wars. Right? This is the point. This is why I'm here. Go protest that. Yeah, see, I'm going to protest about the animals, because that is what my expertise is. It's with non-human animals. You protest about the wars. Just do it while being vegan and not oppressing others. God tells us animals are for food. Yeah, let's talk about that. Evie, do you really think that a compassionate and benevolent God would create animals with the ability to feel, to suffer, to value their lives, to love their families, to want to live? Do you think he would create those animals with that desire for life and to experience all these good feelings? Do you think that he would create these animals if he would want us to deny them of those good things, to deny them of their life? Right? To inflict pain and fear and suffering on them. Would he want that? He also gave us the ability to thrive on a plant-based diet. So, I mean, what kind of psycho would want us to deny animals of their lives that they value, that they want to continue living? What kind of psychopath? Is God a psychopath? Is God a... Because he sounds like one to me. I think that if God did exist, he would not want us to hurt the animals. And yeah, I think you should go watch Christspiracy. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then God sounds like an asshole to me. Why would anyone create these vulnerable, defenseless beings, right? Who value their lives, who feel, who love, who want to be with their families, and then want us to deny them of that and take their lives away? Why would he do that? That's more like something that the devil would do. Yeah, come on. Let's not repeat the same information, right? Let's be open to other ideas. Doesn't sound like something that a compassionate or benevolent God would do to me. Yeah, you should watch Dominion. You should watch that. Anyway, it's kind of irrelevant because let's say that you acknowledge that there are other religions, right? Let's say that my God says that people from Sweden are my property. People from Sweden are here for me to exploit. My God put these people on earth for me to exploit. They're my property. He said that I could. Would that justify me doing it because my God said so? Like, at the end of the day, we have to think from the victim's perspective. Yeah. There's a lot of people being timed out. I'm kind of concerned because I know that it can affect the algorithm. So, yeah, moderators, you only really need to time someone out if they're spamming, like same message over and over, spam, spam, spam. Time them out then. If they've said something like horrendous, like hate speech or like racist or something, then delete the message. But I don't mind addressing troll comments, just because, yeah, we want more people here. We're talking about non-human animals, username fabs. Yeah, we're talking about animal exploitation. Appreciate you, Ben. Yeah, hey Tone, nice to see you. I've seen what God is. It's simply the structure of all existence. Yeah. Listen, right, whoever that person is who's religious, like, would you be open to watching Christspiracy? It's not a religion debunked film, and I think that we should all have an open mind, and we should be open to hearing new information. Yeah, we have some religious. My speech is slurring because I'm cold. I apologise. I haven't had a drink or anything, but yeah, I'm kind of slurring my speech because I'm getting a bit cold here. Yeah, watch Christspiracy, and open your minds. Come on, just watch it with an open mind, because we, as humans, we're so convinced that we're right. Our opinion is always right, and we think that we know everything already. We don't. Nobody does. And yeah, we need to be open to listening to new information. God, maybe I do need to do some jumping jacks. Too cold. It was such a beautiful day yesterday. And yeah, I wasn't even going to wear like a thick coat, but like, I appreciate the compliments, guys. But yeah, we are here to talk about animals. Yeah, to be honest, like, the more talking about going back to religion, I used to be agnostic, But the more I found out about the disgusting, horrible things that we do to others, the more exposed I became to it, the further away it kind of pushed me against religion. And the more crap I heard about people trying to justify these horrific acts based on their religion, it's kind of really put me off religion, because I think that, you know, people justify it to do so much evil, and it causes I think, from my perspective, from what I've seen, I've just seen it cause a lot more harm than good. So it's really made me dislike religion. Um, yeah, I think that the world might be a nicer, more pleasant place without it. And I know that I'm not saying religion is all bad. I'm not saying that it can't cause some good. I think that it can. But people abuse their religion, um, and people use religion to justify doing horrific things. So yeah. What have I missed? Yeah, I agree. I think the future will be a much better place. Unfortunately, we're not living in it right now. I think it'll be a much better place for other animals, just like today is a much better place for women and children, and people of different sexualities and stuff. It's not perfect, and I don't think there'll ever be a perfect world, but yeah. Rowan Smith says, I support your cause. If you support my cause, you must be vegan, right? Because, I mean, you can say that you support what I'm doing, but if you're demanding animals be exploited, you're actively going against what I'm doing, which is the opposite of supporting it. What can we say to someone who makes the logical argument that if the animals are not farmed, then they won't exist? Well, I would say, what's wrong with that? Like, if we don't start breeding a particular race of humans with certain deformities, let's say if we don't start breeding humans, really hairy little humans of a certain race, they won't exist either. But they don't care, because they don't exist. It's not like they're saying, I want the chance of a life. It doesn't matter. Yes, Ben said it. Breeding them into exploitation and enslavement is not a good thing. Yeah. Disliked and not recommended. Okay, Mad Acoustic, thank you for announcing that. Boring as fuck. Yeah, you can just scroll by. I don't know why people. I don't know why people. I don't know why people come on here and say this is boring. Why? What are you doing? Get a job. Like, well, what are you doing right now? If you're so bored, just leave. Cal's no name. Appreciate that. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think I'm a beautiful soul. I think I'm just a normal person. Yeah, I don't. Um, I don't do this. I don't do this to be liked or to be popular or to be. I know, obviously, I know that's not what you're saying, but yeah. Um, yeah, it's it's what's that? Probably a truck to collect all the shit or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it to be liked or anything, but I appreciate your compliment all the same. I would love to eat less meat. Where do I start? Cows No Name. I would say that what you should do is you should watch Dominion. Actually, on my profile, there's a link to a link tree. It's got some recommendations there. Um, but yeah, just I would say that even if you do eat less animals, you know, even if you only ate one more cow ever or one more chicken, for that one particular individual that you've paid to be exploited and have their life taken, it made no difference to them whether you've just exploited and been responsible for their death or whether you've been responsible for the exploitation and death of 99 other animals, because that's their whole life. And let's say, Kels, you know, someone had a knife and they were pointing it at you, and you said, "No, please don't take my life. I value my life. I don't want you to take stuff from my body. I don't want you to use my body for your own selfish purposes." And they say, "Well, yeah, but this is the last time. I'm I'm killing less humans, right? In fact, you're the very last one." Would you think it was then justified for them to do that to you? Because we have to think about the victims and put ourselves in their position, and their life to them is everything, just like your life to you is everything. So yeah, I would say that it's good that you've got good intentions, but we have to think about the victims in all cases. And you know, it's very, very easy to just go vegan and stop exploiting animals altogether, just to avoid it as far as you can, as much as you can. And in comparison to what the animals are going through, that is so easy for us. It's the very least that we can do. The very least. People are always consistently trying to, you know, find like a middle ground. You know, well, what if I reduce, or what if I do this? Like, this is the bare minimum. The bare minimum we can do for them is just to leave them alone. Thoughts on Alex O'Connor turning away from veganism? Yeah, it's kind of clear that, I mean, I've never really been a fan of Alex O'Connor, even when he was vegan. But looking back on some of his videos, it's kind of clear that he doesn't really understand it. You know, some of the comments that he's made about, you know, there's no such thing as a vegan bodybuilder or whatever. Like, yeah, it's kind of clear that he never really understood veganism, and I think he's kind of lost. I'm not even going to answer that, Jack Stew, because that's the dumbest question. That is, it's got to be a troll question. And if you're asking stuff like that, you are not equipped for the answer. You are not equipped for a conversation. What do you think about eating insects? Yeah, I think that we don't need to eat insects, so we shouldn't. Let's leave the insects alone as well. You know, if they're sentient. I was vegetarian for 2 years. My problem is my favourite food is steak, even though I don't agree with having to eat meat. What makes you think you have to eat meat? I don't understand that. Nobody has to eat meat. No one has to eat other animals. Challenge 22. Yeah, go challenge 22. I will look at your channel. I appreciate that, Kels. You know, someone who comes onto these channels and they're open-minded and they're honest, that already shows a strength of character. You know, you're not people. It's a very, very obvious sign of weakness when someone's defensive. Look at that empty truck leaving there. Empty truck full of lambs. They've sent them out that way. So I don't know if they've done that because I'm here or what, but I've only seen one truck. I've not seen a truck going the other side, but I don't know. We'll keep an eye. I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, it's a sign of strength for someone to come in somewhere, be open-minded, and acknowledge that they may not necessarily be right about something, and to be able to admit that and put their hands up and say, yeah, I'm going to look into things. I've got an open mind. You saw horrific things that you ignored. That's the thing, Kels. I mean, we are forced to act in a way that goes against our own natural instincts, our own compassion. Like as a child, we have this like natural compassion towards other animals. They're our friends. We see them as being very much like us because, as kids, we recognize that other animals, they're also like dependent, and they're also vulnerable, and they're also they're at the mercy of others, and we recognize that, and we're their friends, and we have compassion for them, and they're in all of the cartoons, and we watch them on the telly, and if anyone hurts them, we're like, no, we don't want them to do that. But then as we get older, that is stripped away from us, and we are slowly conditioned to believe that these animals, they're here for us, and that they're our property, and they're commodities, and we should use them, and we should treat them as a means to an end. And all of that, all of our personality that we have, the care for the animals that we have, that's stripped away from us, that's taken from us, from these industries who profit from us, who want our money, right? They take that away from us. They take that they take our care for animals, and they strip it away from us because they want to make money from us. They want to make money from our ignorance, and they want to make money from our desensitization, which is why they hide all of this, and they don't want us to see it. Even if we don't buy a chicken or beef, they are still in the shop already dead. Yeah, Michael, so the way that supply and demand works is that when you go to the shop and you buy the chicken or you buy the beef, yes, that animal who you're buying is already dead, but you're creating a demand for another animal to be exploited and to be killed to replace that one that you just brought. So that's how supply and demand works. Supply and demand. Yeah, some people just don't really know about supply and demand. But I can explain it. This world is all about money. Yeah, these corporations, and they want it from you. They are taking your money. They are taking your money to do this in your name to the animals that you care about. Right? We should not give it to them. I'm having chicken wings later from 27 different animals, Peter Pan, and you've came here to tell us that? Why? Because you really don't like chickens? I don't know, it sounds like something a child would say. You talk about religion. God. Michael, yeah, we've been through this. I think you should watch Christspiracy. Dave Welsh says, this is the fourth channel like this I've came across today. Is there a specific reason so many of you are out today? After watching Seaspiracy, I no longer eat Scottish salmon. Dave, this is today is Project Livestream, so that's the reason. There are so many vegans out today. I would say you should watch Cowspiracy if you enjoyed Seaspiracy. It's from the same directors. And Dominion. Watch Dominion as well. Yeah, because I mean, if you agree that the salmon shouldn't be exploited, why do the other animals deserve to be exploited? Cal's No Name. What documentary? The religious one I've been talking about is Christspiracy, but otherwise there's Dominion. Nose ring tells us all we need to know. Tactical slop, what does it tell you? What does it tell you? If I take it out, will you go vegan? So weird. Thank you. I've never heard this argument. I'm a little bit behind. Liberty, they banned me from talking. I can see your comment now, so I don't think you're banned. Yeah, people aren't being timed out or anything. Meat is good. Good for who? Good for who? Good in what way? Is human meat good? Yeah, I did. I used to eat animals and their secretions. Hi, Rudy. I used to far behind. I used to exploit animals. I could go 100% veg if it got me a girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, we're here promoting veganism. You don't go you go vegan for the animals. Yes, I did eat animals. Comment section is getting a little busier, which is good. It's good. We're getting more people here, so yeah, it's good. Not timing or banning people and stuff. Obviously, if they're spamming, then yeah. What about hello? What about it? I need a little stretch. I'm gonna be here for the next. When did I start? I've been live for 82 minutes. I usually like to go for at least 2 hours. Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing to see other than my face. We've only seen one truck. I mean, if you guys want, I can walk you around the perimeter and show you the building, but it's not interesting. There's nothing really going on. I can hear some sheep inside crying out. We could hear those earlier. They're in here, just behind this wall. Oh, it stinks. It stinks. It stinks of shit. It stinks of shit. I'm going to see if there's another truck because I know one's left. It might be possible that because I'm here, they're sending them in another way, but no, I can't see any other trucks. Look, there's like literally nothing to see. They've got it all shuttered up. Is halal slaughter bad? Well, Anthony, would it be bad if it was you going to a halal slaughterhouse? Answer me that. Would that be bad? Yeah, literally, guys, there's nothing else to see apart from my boring face. So, yeah, you're stuck with me. Unless a truck comes, I'll turn the camera around. Unless someone comes out, no one's... I really wish I could see in there. See, you can see the lights on the inside. No, I've never been arrested for doing one of these. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm on public property. Well, I mean, I don't really know where their property starts, but I'm not inside their premises. And trespass is not a... trespass is a civil matter in the UK. It's not a legal offence. However, what is it? Aggravated trespass, which is if I walked in and they said, fuck off, and I didn't, then that would be aggravated trespass, and then I'd be arrested. I went into, if you look back on I think it was my first or second live stream or something. If you look back on that, I went to a halal slaughterhouse and I walked in because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with trespass. It's legal. I'm going into a place of business. They literally have like a visitor centre, like a reception. So I walked in to ask if they'd answer some questions, tell them that I was going to be outside filming, but we weren't there to disrupt anything. We're just exercising our legal rights. And yeah, we got attacked. And then they, well, I personally didn't, but the group I was with did. And yeah, they were horrible, violent people. We walked in, literally, just walk in, and they decided to get violent. But then again, they're slaughterhouse workers, so what do you expect? Who's spamming? Yeah, Ahmed, you spam, you get time out. I'm gonna time you out. Okay. See, I can help moderate as well. I have a vegan jury, and whenever I can, I send a percentage of the profit to the cause. Lomart, that's cool. That's very good. Very, very good. Yeah, anybody who donates money to the cause, it's a very good thing to do. I was trained by Jamie Oliver for my chefing, and he warned us about the pink slime. Was it Jamie Oliver who so Jamie Oliver, he's friends with Paul Kelly, right? This turkey farmer. I don't know why this. Probably here to pick up the dead body parts. Yeah, so Jamie Oliver, I think he's friends with someone called Paul Kelly. I might be getting the names wrong. And he's a turkey farmer. And Joey Carbstrong exposed one of Paul Kelly's turkey farms recently. There was an investigation. Who are you, Aslam Ibrahim? I'm an animal rights activist. I'm here standing up for the rights of animals. Why do you never talk about kosher, but you're always bringing up halal? No consistency. I mean, we don't really have any kosher slaughterhouses in the UK, as far as I'm aware. We have a lot of Muslims in this country, but I don't really know any Jewish people or kosher slaughterhouses. But if they are here, then I'll go there too. Yeah, I'm not picking and choosing. That's right, Kathy. We are against all slaughter. Guys, can you hear the animals crying inside, screaming? I'm surprised. They've all came off that same truck, and they still haven't gone through the kill line. You might be able to hear. Is your clothes made out of animals? Obviously not. Why would I be wearing clothes that are made out of animals? I'm against animal exploitation. It's just cultural barriers. Yeah, that's it. I don't think we have kosher slaughterhouses in this country. Well, I've never seen them. I'm standing real close here, guys, in case you can hear the sounds coming from the inside. Okay, so no, wool is exploitative. So we breed sheep. So naturally, in the wild, sheep would naturally shed their own wool. We've bred them to produce so much wool that they depend on us to shear it off, and then we take that from them. It's very violent and cruel. You might think it's just a haircut, but these sheep are prey animals. They're terrified of humans. They're terrified of being held down, but they have to. It's very brutal. And we take their wool that they've grown, and we sell it for profit. Yeah, I can hear. It's horrible. Someone asked a question. Can you explain how they are killed? I've never been inside cows. Yeah, so I'm actually outside it's sheep and lambs in this slaughterhouse. I've just googled it. There are so many kosher slaughterhouses in England. I mean, I don't pick and choose which slaughterhouses I'm going to. Yeah, I'll just go to whichever ones are local to me. I don't think, oh, I'm going to go there because it's halal. Because I mean, if it happens to be halal or happens to be kosher, then all slaughterhouses are bad. I'm not picking and choosing. Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll herd the sheep in here. The sheep, if this is halal, they'll be on a kill line. There'll probably be some kind of machinery. In fact, Joey Carbstrong does have a video of a halal slaughterhouse where they were killing sheep and goats. It was a place in Coventry. That was halal, so that shows you exactly what happens. If it's not halal, then they'll get electric tongs in their head, so they'll get electrocuted, and then they'll be decapitated. It's disgusting. But go and watch it for yourselves. Go and have a look. Yeah, it's traumatic, but if you're paying for it, then you should at least know what you're paying for. What should we do with all the sheep if they will need going on shearing? We should shear them if it's in their best interest, Rohan, but we shouldn't encourage them to keep breeding with this deformation. I stood on a garden snail. Okay, ouch. What do you do when you arrive at these facilities? Does anyone ever try and stop you? I mean, I had loads of people earlier who were really curious as to what I was doing, but no one's really bothered anymore. Yeah, if there's trucks and stuff, or if they know that I can see stuff, they don't like it. I've had trucks before when they've pulled up, and they've pulled up at the gate, and I've been trying to film, and then they've started reversing and going back and forth, so I can't film. Sometimes they'll start opening the gates before a truck even approaches, because they don't want me to film the animals going in. They don't want people to see this, guys, because they want to keep taking your money. They want you to keep paying for it, and they know that if people saw what was happening, people wouldn't pay for it. They wouldn't stand for this shit. So that's why they don't want you to see. Yeah, that's horrible, standing on a snail. Yeah, I mean, if it's an accident, then what can you do? I mean, I've stood on snails probably before. I know that I've stood on a snail at least once. I felt terrible, but I didn't mean to. I just didn't see him. I mean, if it's an accident, there's nothing you can do about it. But we shouldn't purposely go around stepping on snails for fun. They've got a machine coming out of the slaughterhouse. I'll show you actually. It's see this pipe is coming from the slaughterhouse, going in here, and this thing is grinding crap up. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's grinding it up, and I think it's dropping it into a container. Here we go. You can see better here. What is that? Is that what you guys are eating? Is it all their mushed up insides? The animals? What the hell? No, it's not just industrial size farming that I'm fighting against. It's animal exploitation of any size. The people who work in these places aren't normal. Yeah, I think that even if you go there and you are normal, it does something to you. It's not natural for us to take lives of others. It does something to your brain and it alters you as a person. You're Oh, Frank. Yeah, change the record. If you were genuine, you would be consistent. I'm not going to purposely drive somewhere to find a particular slaughterhouse. I'm against all slaughter. If if I was purposely seeking out like a kosher slaughterhouse, then that would be a bit I'd be like an anti-Semite. It'd be like anti-Semitism maybe, but yeah, I'm against all slaughterhouses. Pretty sure you can't stop this just by protesting. That is correct, Terry. The only way to stop this is for people to stop the demand. Congratulations. You have a brain cell. Do you think the battle you're fighting is a lost cause? No, absolutely not. Do you think that there will always be more people wanting to eat meat than there is trying to stop it? No. I think that more and more people will go vegan. I think that it's going to take a long time. Maybe we'll have some kind of like breakthrough in technology or some kind of worldwide emergency that might mean that it will happen a lot quicker. But we'll see. And I think that once people stop eating it because it becomes unsustainable and it becomes more expensive, then they'll realize, oh, what was I doing? Why wasn't I living this way before? And they'll start waking up to the atrocities, because I think it's a lot harder for people to go vegan whilst they're actively like engaging in animal exploitation. If they stop, there's been many cases where people have gone like plant-based for their health or for like environmental reasons, and then when they stop engaging in that, they've gone plant-based, they wake up to the atrocities that are happening, and then they go vegan. Oh my god, I'm getting cold, guys. How long have I been? I've been an hour and a half. Maybe I'll do another. Just over an hour and a half. I might go until 11 because there's fuck all happening here. I'm going to increase my meat consumption. You must really have it in for animals, Frank. Yeah, why do you hate animals so much? I thought veggies and plants were alive. They are. Why eat them? Because we have to eat something and they're not sentient, but other animals are. I'd be vegan if I saw how it's done. Yeah, but Terry, that's the thing. Like, just because you can't see how it's being done, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? So I would urge you maybe watch Dominion and see, because the animals desperately need us to take action. They're so desperate. And the thing is, right, there are so many arseholes out there in the world. There are so many like evil, cruel people who are not very nice to animals, and they're not very nice to other humans, right? But you're not one of them, Terry. You're not one of them. And they really need the people who are not cruel and they're not evil to behave in a way that fits with that goes in line with their morals, that doesn't go against that. Sorry, I just got distracted because I think I can see a pheasant down the street. Yeah, there are already. Sorry, I'm really cold, so it's hard to talk. I'm slurring my words. There are already so many horrible, evil people out there, and if you're not one of them, don't behave that way. We don't. We're not like them. We are not like them. But it's our actions that matter. How I'm I the bully when this Islamophobe? Oh, Frank, I'm putting you in a timeout. I've already explained. I'm not Islamophobic or whatever. You're just repeating the same thing without anything going in. It's all just coming out. Have you? It's getting the word out there, yeah. Catching up on the chat. Are you a vegan? I am a vegan. Tell people about meat glue. What do you mean, Kels? I love meat, but I do feel sorry for how they are treated, though. Poor little animals. Yeah, Freddie. I used to like meat too. The thing is, nobody went vegan because they stopped enjoying the taste of meat, right? The reason that we went vegan is because we realized that our taste pleasure doesn't justify the exploitation and taking of their life, right? Because imagine if somebody violated your body, they took your life because for their enjoyment, that wouldn't be justified, right? So why is it justified just because we get pleasure to do that to them? I'm almost totally vegan with the price of meat. Yeah, Terry, veganism is the ethical principle that we should live without exploiting other animals. It's the mindset. Veganism comes from the mindset that other animals aren't here as our property. They're not commodities, they're not objects. We see them as individuals worthy of respect. We don't see them as being here for us. It's not yeah, it comes from the mind. Talk about the kids dying. No, I'm here to speak for animals. But if you want to talk about kids dying, then yeah, go live and talk about that. But this channel is for other animals. Plants feel pain too. No, they don't. They have no pain receptors. They don't have stimuli. They don't have nerve endings. Yeah, they react, but they don't respond. So it's not a conscious response because they don't have a brain. Are you maybe a little bit like you? Maybe you're a plant. Yeah, comparing cutting up plants with cutting an animal's throat is ridiculous. Yeah. Do you think that somebody picking a dandelion is equivalent to somebody stabbing you? Automation Hub. I'm cold. Do some quick exercise snack. We can wait. It warms you up. I don't know. I feel silly doing jumping jacks on my live. Like what the fuck? I am here to talk about the animals. Appreciate that, Kels. I mean, I've only got another 15 minutes. I'm not gonna hang around. If more things was happening, then yeah, maybe I'd stay for a bit longer. But nothing's happening here, so at this site, so I probably won't stay much past 11, to be honest. No compassion for children. Who said I've got no compassion for children? That's a weird I don't know if you're saying that actually. Maybe you're applying to someone else. That road looks dangerous, yeah. Silly question, but can eating roadkill be considered vegan? I'd say no, because I mean, I'd say it's kind of a grey area. If you were starving, then maybe, but if you've got like an abundance of other options, then no, like, because that's, even though it, you know, the someone's body is on the side of the road and they're already dead, they haven't been exploited for that. It's still an individual, and you're viewing them as a resource. You're viewing their body as a resource for you. And yeah, I just think that being vegan means that we don't view them in that way. Yeah, we don't. I mean, you wouldn't see like a human being who's been run over and think, "Ooh, tasty, like little snack," you know. You'd think, like, you wouldn't think that's automatically food. It's kind of like eggs that come out of a chicken's ass. I don't look at it and think yum yum. I just think like it's kind of like their period to me. Like, it's something that comes out their body. It's not food anymore. I used to view it as food, and no, not anymore. I don't see it that way anymore. You change your mindset. You stop viewing them as food when you go vegan. Ever see Silence of the Lambs? I have seen that. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. Hello, XXX. Yeah, I'm going to be here for another... I started at 9. I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes probably, because we haven't seen any trucks. It might be that they operate like super early. You find that a lot of slaughterhouses, they have trucks come like really, really early before rush hour, so people don't really see. So it might be the case here, but yeah, I can still hear sheeps inside here, guys. Let me go back over here. Maybe you'll be able to hear. Where are you going to get your protein? Certainly not from plants. Mr. 777 Raver, where do you think protein comes from? Oh my god. It's such a weird thing to say. Where do you think the animals get their protein from? I've got like a watery eye because it's cold. I'm from Russia. Welcome. I'm in the UK. It's cold. It's cold here. I'm assuming it's cold there too. Would you go up to a lion in the safari and tell it to be vegan? I mean, I don't think a lion could understand what I'm saying. But let's say they did, right? Let's say the lion could understand English, and the lion had an abundance of other options. They had supermarkets, and they understood they didn't have to harm other animals, and the other animals felt pain and they suffered. Then yeah, I'd tell them not to. We are not naturally vegans. What are we then? Naturally animal exploiters? God, it was such a nice day yesterday. Just asking some genuine questions. Yeah, hopefully I'm answering them all, guys. I'm happy to. I am freezing, but I've got another 10 minutes, so I'm here to answer any questions that I can within that amount of time. and then I'm gonna have to go and warm up. It's a really cold day today, and yeah, we've not seen anything. I mean, I suppose it's kind of good in a way. It would have been nice to have got here a bit. I would have came earlier if I'd have known that there was a truck. And then maybe I could have seen the sheep who are inside, who we can hear crying. But you know, I don't know with these places. I don't know. They operate differently. They don't want you to see. I wouldn't be surprised if they've sent trucks around the back since I've been here, but I haven't. I think I would have heard, and I think I would have been able to see from this side if there was if there were other trucks. Yeah, it's the case sometimes. Sometimes people go to slaughterhouses and there aren't any trucks the whole time, but yeah. You know, we get certain things only from meat. Like what? Like what? Because the largest body of nutritionists and dietitians in the world, they say that a plant-based diet, it can be healthy and nutritious for all life stages. For all life stages. So, yeah. If that was the case, if we had to get certain things from the flesh of other animals, then how has Kathy been vegan for almost 20 years? Come on. Alex activism, yeah, I know Alex activism. Oh, it stinks again. I smell poo. Is this part of the Canadian campaign? No, this is part of Project Livestream. See you, Rohan. Thanks for being here. How do you feel about the meat made in labs? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a shame that it has to come to that for people. There's a lot of banging going on in there. It's a shame that it has to come to that for people to actually care, because I mean, we already have meat made from plants, right? And it's some of it is very, very good. Some of it not so nice, but some of it's very, very convincing, to the point where we had the British sausage expert on telly, and he could not tell that this sausage was made from plants. He couldn't tell that it was that it was not real pig, and he confidently said on national telly, he said, that is pork. It tastes just like the one I had earlier. It was made from plants. So, we already have plant-based meat. It's such a shame that we have to actually cultivate it in labs. Because we already have stuff that's so similar that it can even fool the British pork expert or sausage expert or whatever his title is. Someone's peeking around at the corner, checking I'm still here. Actually, maybe I should go hide around the corner and see if there's going to be another truck, and then if another truck does come, I'll come running out. This feels like a no true vegan argument. Veganism is about avoiding harm and exploitation. Exploitation, yeah. Eating roadkill doesn't do that. Yeah, but exploitation is using somebody. So you could argue that so it's using someone against their own interests for your own selfish purposes. If you've got another option, even though they've not been exploited while they're alive, you're still kind of exploiting their body. So this is why they were looking, because there's a van. Yeah, you're still using their body. It's not you're seeing them as a resource. Vitamin B12, creatine, any more? So, okay. How do you think that vegans get vitamin B12, or do you think that they don't? I'm curious. Oh, we got more vitamin D3, taurine. I mean, some of these aren't essential for us anyway. We produce them ourselves, and so basically, everything that we need for our body to be healthy and thrive, we can get as a vegan, or everything that you're mentioning, we either don't need it or we can get as vegans. Keep getting behind on the chat. One of my first jobs was at a slaughterhouse. I still eat meat, but it was the worst job I've ever had. Taz, if it was the worst job you've ever had, why are you demanding somebody else does that job? By eating animals, you're creating a demand for that to happen. You're still propping up the industry. Someone else has to do that job. And I'm sure you're aware about slaughterhouse workers, and you say it was the worst job. They suffer from things like depression, and they have it's the job with like the highest rate of suicide. You're demanding other people have to do that job for you. You wish. I'm avoiding your questions. I haven't seen any questions. I mean, I'm answering all the questions that I'm seeing in the chat. Plants are not good enough. What's the evidence for that? Because according to, I've already said, the largest bodies of dietitians and nutritionists in the world say that a plant-based diet can be healthy and nutritious for all life stages. So who are you, right, to go against what they say, the experts? And it's not just one expert, it's the whole fucking scientific consensus. But hey, if Animation Hub says that plants are not good enough, well, scrap science, scrap everything that they've said. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what half of these comments are. You're using those animals as a resource, a way of income. How? Who? I can't tell if some of these comments are for me or for someone else. Monetize their deaths. I'm not making money from their death. I'm not demanding that they die. Cows, yeah, it's quite normal for this type of Skiboski, if we're gonna go for the ad hominem attacks, then I'm just gonna block you because yeah, you like in the chat making vegans look better. Yeah, ad hominem attacks just yeah, they just attack the person who's rather than the actual points that they're making. So right, before I go, I think yeah, there's always trolls. There's always trolls. I think there's a lot of noise coming from in there. I'm just going to walk around just to see if there's anything else going on. I know we can't really see anything. I will be leaving soon. But I'll keep you guys with me just while I go around here until I'm away. So, yeah, I can't believe we didn't see any of the trucks. I'll show you where I was earlier, which is like it's a public footpath. I also appreciate you. Yeah, there's There's always trolls, always on vegan channels. Like it's kind of inevitable. Like people don't like being reminded of the horrors that happen in these kind of places. They reject it. They don't want to admit that it's inhumane, that they're doing something that's not very nice. They don't acknowledge that, so they come on and they troll. I'm trying to see through the bushes. Yeah, young bloods. If people want to go and like eat roadkill, I'm not gonna like protest against that when people are like literally paying for animals to be bred into existence. But like people aren't doing that. So I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a pointless question. You are still viewing animals as resources, which is like the whole problem with, which is the whole reason that we're in this mess. So I think that we should tackle it from the root cause. It's the mindset that they're here for us. So I had a full English right before I joined the stream. Nice. I have full Englishes all the time. What do you think? Do you think that vegans don't have full Englishes? It's so funny when someone says something like, "Oh, I just had a burger." Like literally, okay, I had a burger the other day. Like, do you think vegans don't eat burgers? Is it just salads that you think we eat? Yeah, look at this. Unauthorized entry. Private property, do not enter. Yeah, why so secretive? In fact, shall I walk around here and see if we can see anything? I was here earlier, just to see if we could see anything, and I couldn't. It's been really quiet here today. Really quiet. Oh, I'm so cold. I'm really cold. Why are you secretive about your name? Who's secretive about their name? Yeah, they've got these trucks, which is like they load all the body parts onto. British lamb, as if the fact that it comes from Britain makes it any better. Like, look at this marketing. It's marketing. Like, why does that matter? Maybe if I had some other people with me, I'd walk up and go onto the premises and see what I could find. Like I said, there's no issue with trespass. It's only when it's aggravated trespass. If they've asked you to leave and you don't. Voldemort is the emancipated bald lady. First of all, I'm not emancipated. My BMI is like in the healthy range, and secondly, I'm not bald. So, yeah, I'm both. What do you look like? Because it's funny. You sit behind a computer screen. I bet you're like middle-aged, probably like some guy who's overweight and has like a receding hairline, commenting on the appearance of other people. Not that it's wrong, not that there's anything wrong with looking that way, but when you're commenting on other people's appearances, then yeah, it's very ironic. I don't understand why I go on vegan channels And right, I eat meat. Yeah, I think it's because they're fragile, and yeah, I think it's because their feelings are hurt by it or something. They're fragile, so they have to stay. Can vegans have boyfriends? Yeah. Hi, Kane. Yeah, that's fine, James, if you're receding. But watch out for the cars. Hey, George. Yeah, it's fine, but when you're going on and commenting on other people's appearances, then it's, yeah, you don't do that. I'm walking back up the street. I'm gonna end it in a minute. I mean the stream, not like my life, just in case anyone's gonna get worried. Yeah, it was really quiet and slow. What the fuck, are they still watching me? They actually are. Fucking weirdos. But now they'll phone the trucks and say, okay, yeah, you can come now. She's gone. The person with the camera's gone. Fucking weirdos. The incels who comment on vegans' appearances, yeah, they never have pictures of themselves. That's what I was saying, George. They're probably like some, just some like middle-aged men who don't go outside. And yeah, I like to see what they look like. We are on the way back to my car. I will end it in a minute. But yeah, just keeping the stream going until I'm like out of the way a little bit. Oh man, my hands are freezing. But yeah, hopefully other people's live streams have been good. They've been hopefully productive. Mine's been a bit quiet. Got past though. Yeah, there weren't much to see, to be honest. And I think I said at the start of the stream, I mean, I'll have a look at like views and stuff, but I said at the start of the stream, I'm kind of, I'm not really sure about the effectiveness of lots of vegans going online at the same time. I mean, I might be wrong. Hopefully I am. But I think like people have to choose which one to support, and then I didn't get very many views on my last one. I don't think I've, hang on, sorry, I'm just adjusting my tripod. Look at the sky for a sec and the trees. Right, sorry, it's going to be a lot easier to carry now. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I think if vegans have to choose like which live they support, so maybe it prevents the people from going in there. My streams have been quite quiet, my project live streams, so I don't know, maybe I'm thinking maybe it'd be more effective if I did it on a different day. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's good if it gets the attention of lots of non-vegans, but I'm not sure if it does with me. Like, I know there's been people going in and out, but I've not really seen the stats, so I'll see. Ah, Kathy, just had a notification that your membership renewed. That's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna really. This road is so. Cars come by this road so quick, man. One step to the right, and I'd be brown bread. I'll be squished like a tomato. They literally, this road they go, they bomb down here. I've been on this road before. Right, I'm gonna stop here. I'm just gonna see what other comments there are, and then I'll end the stream. I'm gonna say bye. I need to go warm my hands up, and then go home and do some work. Yeah, but I'm not sure how productive this has been. That is what I was saying. Okay, Jam, I thought I'd banned here. No, apparently not. I can see you. Are you walking home? No, I'm just walking to my car. No, there's some decent, but these are cool. It's YouTube, not Jam or the mods. Thanks, James. Thanks for being here. At home, I would I'll probably try and edit some content to make some footage. So yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, I post a lot on there as well. And then I'll be going to get my niece from school later this afternoon, so I'll probably have some lunch as well. So, Jem, do you think someone who is morally fine with digging up and eating dead humans is not vegan? Well, veganism is it's about the exploitation of other animals, so I'm not sure it's related. So, yeah, guys, I'm gonna head off now. So I'm gonna probably leave it here. God, I can still see the people in the high vis like looking up over at me. Strange. Thanks, Kane. Yeah, I'm leaving now. Thanks, Sloth. Thanks everyone for coming here. Yeah, that's right. Eat your own flesh. Don't eat anyone else's. So, thanks for being here and keeping me company. You guys, really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll be going live on Tuesday. I'll go live on Tuesday evenings now, and I do online outreach. So yeah, it'd be cool to see you on that. See some of you there. So yeah, I'll catch you later.